Welcome to BA Better Techie. Today we'll discuss some topic in the Spring, that is Spring Bean Factory Aware Interface. Okay. Before navigating to Bean Factory Aware Interface, in which context we need this Aware Interface and all, we'll see. Okay. As we are aware, uh, in Spring the main concept is IOC, means inversion of control. Okay, this we can achieve by multiple ways, like uh, dependency lookup and the dependency injection. As we are aware, the dependency injection, okay, injection can be achieved by using the setter injection and constructor injection. Means at the class level we need to expose one attribute. In that attribute, if we provide the setter, that setter can be injected through the properties of the bean. Okay, and the constructor injection means we need to create the object by going for the constructor. If we are having arguments, then we need to provide that arguments, then we need to create the object for constructor injection. This we are aware. Okay, then what is dependency lookup means? In dependency lookup we are having two ways, like dependency pull and the contextual dependency lookup. What is this dependency pull means? Normally in case of EJB containers we are pulling the objects, or from the context level we are pulling the JNDI registries names. Okay, that is nothing but dependency pull. And the contextual dependency lookup, what is this means? Suppose if we want any object, assume if we take a web application, then we are providing some extra information in web.xml file in the init param or context params. Okay, to get that init and context params, what we need the servlet config object. So this servlet config object we can get if our servlet is extends, or we need to either it may be extends or implements the technology specific interfaces or classes. Contextual means there should be some contract. If my servlet is extends from the either servlet or generic servlet, then only I can get the init or context param specific arguments. Okay, even Spring also there is contextual dependency lookup. The bean factory aware is comes under contextual dependency lookup. How it will comes, and to how can we overcome this contextual dependency means this Spring specific dependencies by using the lookup method injection, that we can see in the further sections. Okay, in this session we will see how the bean factory aware interfaces contextual dependency is going on. Okay, before navigating to this, we need some idea about the scoped bean injections. Okay, what is that means? As you are aware, in Spring by default if we create object, that object is a singleton scope. Okay, if we want we can convert that singleton scope object into different scopes, like request scope, session scope and the prototype scope. So singleton means if we ask n number of times it will returns the same object, and prototype means if we ask n number of times it will return the it will create objects n objects and it will return the n different objects. Okay, that is prototype. Now what is this scoped beans means? When we are injecting any, okay, when we are injecting any one bean scope into another bean scope, then what we can achieve. Okay, suppose I'm having one singleton class. This is my target class, assume. Okay. Okay. In this singleton class, assume I am having one property with the singleton. Okay. Assume I am having one singleton class. In this class, I am having another singleton class. So this is singleton and this is singleton. So when I am asking this particular singleton class, then what it will do, even if I ask one time or n times, just it will give the only one object, and inside this object also singleton, no matters if we ask n number of times, it will return the same object. So here there is no problem, but the problem or data inconsistency will come when we perform injection inside a singleton class, a non-singleton class. Okay, how means before navigating to this case, we'll see the other cases. Okay, now a non-singleton class, assume. Here I am having one non-singleton class and I am having inside non-singleton class. In this case, if I ask one time the object, what it will do, it will create the object, and whatever the dependent things, that dependent things also it will create, and finally I can get the desired output. And if I ask another time also it will create another object, and whatever the dependent one, again that dependent one also it will create, again we will get the different one. So even in case of non-singleton as target and dependent as non-singleton, we can get the desired output. In this case also we can get the desired output. Now another case is non-singleton to singleton. Assume here I am having non-singleton class. Okay, this is non-singleton class. Inside this class, if I am having singleton object, here I am having singleton, what it is happens, if I ask one time the object creation, the inside this one is singleton, this is singleton, so my desired output will be fine. Even when I am asking next time my parent will be non-singleton, it will create new one, but inside singleton there won't be any state changed. So even in this case also I can get the desired output. So here also I can get the desired output. Now where the problem is, so when I am having singleton, the second case has the problem. My target is singleton, and inside that singleton I am having one non-singleton. In this case what will happen, when I am asking first time, right, singleton, as it is singleton object, first time it will create new object for here and new object for the dependent one. When I am asking second time, okay, second time what it will do, it will create new object for my target, but sorry, as it is singleton, right, so when second time when I am asking, it won't create new object because the target one is singleton, but inside the dependent one is non-singleton, but it won't create the new object. Instead whatever the previously created object, right, that object only it will return. Here we will get the inconsistency. So we can achieve this inconsistency behavior by using the aware interfaces. Okay, bean aware interfaces. We are having multiple aware interfaces. Let's see one of the aware interface, that is bean factory aware interface. Okay, hope what is the scoped bean problem you are aware. With that I am proceeding for one of the project. Okay, by taking the bike and the engine dependency. Hope we are aware how to create the Maven, simple Maven project inside STS IDE. Now I'll explain the project. Okay, first create one project and create the respective packages like beans package and the test package. And if we have any resources, make it into by creating one resource folder. Inside that resource folder, create one package like com aware interface common. Inside this package, create one application hyphen context.xml. Okay. Now coming to test, inside test, just test class will be present. We'll discuss how the code flow will be there. Okay. Now here I am having one bike. See, bike we can't run without engine. So my bike is having engine, must and should. The engine types may be different. Okay, like n number of companies are there, so n number of engines will be available. So in this case my bike is the target one and the dependencies are nothing but engine, assume. As I am having multiple implementations for engines, I'll go with the interface. Okay, always Spring will suggest the go for interface. Okay, so this is the iEngine. My iEngine interface having only one method, that is start method. Then I am having two implementation for this interface. Okay, this is iEngine. This is just constructor, even if it is not present also fine. Okay, now in this implementation, just I provided the start method implementation as just Suzuki engine IMPL started. Now similarly I am having Yamaha class also. This is also implemented from the iEngine. So in the start method, just I given the system out.println, just I am printing this one. Okay, this time is not required for testing something I placed. Okay, inside start method, just I printed the start methods. Now my engine interface and two implementations are ready. Now bike, when I go to the bike, this is the my target one. See, my bike is dependent on the engines. I can go either setter or constructor injection. Okay, where is this? Yeah, the dependency injection we can achieve, but we need to get to know in what cases the bean factor aware is required. Okay, so in this case I am not going with the setter and constructor injection. Of course, initially I tried with the iEngine with one of the constructor injection, then I did it. But now to demonstrate the bean factory aware, I am going with the instead of I am going with the different way of implementation. Assume this is my bike. My bike having one method, assume drive method. Simply the drive method, it won't do anything. Without engine, I can't drive my bike, isn't it? So at the time of driving, I am injecting the iEngine. Here I declared. When I declared, I need to implementation or I need object for this one. Normally what is bean aware interface means, yeah, before navigating here, I want to show one thing from the bean factory. Okay, see, when I create the IOC container, my IOC container holds the all beans whichever defined in the bean definition form in the application hyphen context.xml. So if I am having beans like this, bike and Suzuki engine IMPL and Yamaha engine IMPL, there is a provision that my bike can talk to the IOC container and whichever the other beans present, that other beans can acquire. Okay, just I am repeating one more time. Assume here I am having multiple beans. When one bean required other beans, because one target bean may require other dependent beans. Here one of the bean can talk to the IOC container. A IOC container, inside yours you have some other beans like this Suzuki beans and Yamaha engine IMPL beans. I need either of this engine to fulfill my work. So my bike can talk to the IOC container to get the dependent object. Okay, so how can we achieve this one? Means, yeah, when my bike implements from the bean aware interface, then what it will do, we need to override one of the method, as it's a contract. Means whenever my bike implements the bean factory, we need to override one of the setter bean. This is the method we need to override. Why we need to override? We need we need the IOC container reference. Once I got the IOC container reference, then I can get any of the bean present in this IOC container. Okay, just for getting this IOC container, we are going this one. So this is the set bean factory. This is overridden method. Here if you see bean factory, whichever IOC container bike is loaded, right, that IOC container reference will set the bean factory. So here I declared the bean factory. Now I can get the bean factory reference where inside my drive class, like, okay, once I got the bean factory, then I can ask bean factory, hey bean factory, give me the Suzuki engine IMPL or Yamaha engine IMPL. Of course I can go like this, Suzuki engine IMPL, like this I can go. But here if you see, whenever I want to change the engine from one engine to another engine, again I need to modify that one in the Java class. Just to make our classes loosely coupled, instead of sending values from here, setting here this bean id I am setting as one of the setter injection. Setter or constructor, yeah. At the time of creating bike, I am deciding the which type of engine I need. So I will be opening this one. Initially I will remove this one. Yeah. If you see the application hyphen context.xml, right? This is the bean ID and the respective bean. And this is another Yamaha bean and respective one. If you see constructor injection, right? This is the constructor injection I am sending. Suzuki engine IMPL. So when my bike is running, right, that time Suzuki IMPL object I am requiring from the bean factory. Okay, these are the just system out.println. Just I am printing the engine references, which engine is instantiated and what is the engine ID. Then on top of engine, once I got the engine will be starts. Means either Suzuki engine or the Yamaha engine will starts. This is just system out.println. That's it about my target class. Okay, let me run this one. Hope all the classes are explained. Now this is the test class. Okay, in this test class I'll create object for the bean factory by using XML bean factory like old way by sending the new class path resource. This is the class path resource, okay, and I am asking the bean factory dot get bean I am asking, okay, then it will give the bike. Okay, before coming to here, let me application hyphen. So I'm having bike also one of the class, and this is the bike and this is the constructor injection I am sending. This is the simple uh, application hyphen context dot xml, and again I am navigating to the test class. Here if you see, just I created the bike object, then I am driving it. As first time I am writing this one, so I can get the first when I am creating the bike, right, I am getting the constructor is called, then whatever the aware interface is there, right, once the object is created, then the aware interface, because of aware interface classes I am getting the bean factory reference. Okay, this is just timestamp, and here I am printing the engine id, and this is Suzuki engine AMPL. Okay, now what we are having, why we navigated actually this bean factor aware means because of this issue. Just to resolve this data inconsistency issue, we are choosing this bean factory aware. Means next time when I create another object, okay, and when I create another time the method, right, this is not required. Yeah, now I created two objects and I called the two drive methods. If we are going with the normal setter and constructor injection, then it won't create two objects for my Suzuki engine or the Yamaha engine. Now we will get the two different types of objects. Means the bike is singleton, but inside my bike each and every time I am calling the bean factory to get the engine dependency. So if I call n number of times the bike, then it will create one bike with n number of engines. That is the expectation. So we will achieve that functionality. We'll see. Now we'll get engine IDs are different. Yeah. Now we are not getting engine IDs are not different because even my whatever Suzuki engine I am injecting, right, that Suzuki engine is singleton scope, so I am getting the singleton. If I change the scope from singleton to prototype, now I can get the different engine IDs. Hope you are getting. I am talking about this engine IDs. Yeah, two times I am printing. Okay, engine ID. Okay, if you are confusing, then I'll remove this part. Yeah, Control Z. Yeah, what I mean to say, when we run this test class, right? Undisable compilation problem. Okay, here save this one, remove this one, run this test class. Yeah. When I am calling two times the bike creation, the bike has to create one time, but the engine should be different. Okay, as in this case my Suzuki engine is singleton, so 2 times the same reference. When I change this one scope from singleton to prototype, then I will get the 2 different references of the engines, but my bike reference will be one only because that is singleton. If you see Suzuki IMPLs, 2 times objects are created. Yes, that's it. Thank you. We'll see lookup method injection in further session. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I would like to add here one thing. Yeah, the bean factory aware, as if you see this example, right, we are achieving this issue whenever the injection target bean having reference of non-singleton, then the data inconsistency is there. To get rid of this one, we are depending on the Spring specific classes. What are Spring specific classes? The bean factory aware, it's a Spring specific, so it's not a kind of invasive. So to get the invasive, by using the lookup method injection. Okay, thank you.